the woman's necklace was suddenly snatched. The two of them chased the thief into the subway station. Unexpectedly, the thief slipped out of the carriage while they weren't paying attention, but the two of them were trapped inside the subway car. The thief waved Lucy's necklace at them, showing off. They decided to report it to the police at the next stop, but something unexpected happened. While riding the subway, Lucy suddenly heard a strange noise. She stood up and walked to the driver's compartment. To her shock, there was no driver inside. Not only that, but the carriage was drifting farther away from the front train. The passengers all noticed the abnormal situation. The carriage had completely detached from the rest of the train. Panic spread quickly among the passengers. Even pressing the emergency button had no effect. The front part of the train kept moving along its original track, but their carriage suddenly switched tracks. It began moving in another direction. One woman tried to pull the emergency brake, but shockingly the handle came off in her hand. Others tried to call the police, only to find their phones had lost signal. Very soon the carriage sped toward the end of the tracks. The passengers tried running in the opposite direction, but the huge momentum knocked everyone to the ground. Fortunately, no one was seriously hurt. The carriage stopped at what looked like an abandoned station. With no phone signal, they couldn't just wait for rescue. What they didn't know was that this accident was no coincidence. They tried forcing the doors open to escape but failed. They pressed the emergency intercom to contact the station. Instead, the speakers played a cold mechanical voice.
Keep your belongings inside at all times. If you see a suspicious package, please tell the nearest MTA employee. Remain alert and good luck.
The sound reminded John of a terrifying man, a mastermind who designed deadly escape room games. As soon as the others heard the name Minos, fear filled their faces. They all knew that name.
No, I knew I should have come back. Oh my God, no.
Wait, you guys have played the game before?
It turned out they were survivors of a previous escape game. This time, Minos wanted to see which of them could survive again. Jesse angrily smashed the door, shouting he didn't want to play anymore. Annie quickly stopped him, realizing the carriage had been reinforced. While they were talking, strange sounds came from outside. Annie leaned closer to check, only to see a horrifying sight. The entire carriage was wired with high-voltage electricity. The lights flickered and currents arced across the ceiling. The deadly escape game had begun again. A recorded message played, giving them their first clue. They found a bag hidden under the seats. Inside was a door handle. They started searching the carriage for more clues. Clever Leah noticed something unusual beneath the floor. She found a possible exit, but the handle didn't work on the door. Jesse decided to try it on the carriage door. Using his belt as insulation, he carefully attached the handle. With that trick, he managed to open the door safely. In the driver's cabin, they discovered a coin slot machine. It showed the number 9. They quickly realized they needed 9 coins to open the exit. A clue revealed that some of the carriage ads were fake. The missing letters in the ads corresponded to 26 metal handles. Pulling the correct ones might give them coins, but all of the handles were electrified. Luckily, Leah discovered the bag's lining was rubber. She cut it apart and shared the insulation with everyone. Lucy pulled one handle and got the first coin. She inserted it, and the number dropped. The others followed the clues, pulling handles and collecting coins. Finally, the door opened. They escaped the terrifying carriage, but the game was not over. They dropped into an elevator, descending deeper underground. Realizing the danger, they began introducing themselves, but trust was still difficult after their last game. When the elevator doors opened, they found themselves in a new chamber, a place that looked like a bank vault. At the far end was an open safe. Everyone knew it must be the exit, but none dared to enter, because it was clearly a trap. Lucy tried opening the rear door, but it was locked. The elevator had already shut behind them. Suddenly, the security system activated. Leah had accidentally triggered a mechanism. Countless green lasers filled the room. One touch would cause serious injury. They realized Leah had stepped on a pressure plate. 2 people carefully helped her lift her foot. With precise teamwork, the system shut down. The lasers vanished, but the game would not allow them to waste time. They had only 10 minutes to get through the vault. Searching for clues, John noticed something odd. A lollipop had a key hidden inside. Lucy smashed it open and pulled the key out, but they still couldn't be sure the path to the vault was safe. With no other option, they risked it. Luckily, the way was clear. They split into 2 groups, some searching candy for more keys, others unlocking the matching safes. The system announced 8 minutes remaining before the green lasers would reactivate. One man discovered an ATM that required a 4-digit code. John searched for more hints. He found a safe with no number, only a name. He inserted the key, and sharp diamonds spilled out. In another safe, they found bundles of blank banknotes. The money and diamonds made John think of blood money, the compensation his family had received after a death. The group realized this was the clue. When Leah tried to pass the bills to John, she triggered another trap. Thankfully, it deactivated when she landed. John smeared ketchup onto the bills. A hidden 4-digit code appeared. They had finally found the password.